What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Wildcat Cave and welcome to March. It is officially the first video on this channel of a March Madness. And with this one, we're going to go through and I'm going to make my picks and predictions right here on the ESPN Tournament Challenge app. I will put that on the screen here in just a minute so you guys can follow along. Also, if you haven't already, this app right here, download it, join it right here, Wildcat Cave on YT. Go ahead, download it, enter in the challenge. You only have a day or two left before the tournament starts, so make sure you go ahead, join that right now. Click the subscribe button for me, and then we will get into the video and start making some predictions. Alrighty, guys, here we go. So I'm going to put the phone, what I'm looking at here on the screen so you guys can see. And first up, this is the group right now. We have 12, 15 people in it, so keep joining, keep getting in here. And the bracket that I'm about to make is going to be the actual bracket that I submit for this challenge so you guys can critique it and you'll be able to see it once the tournament starts. So first up on the bracket, we have Alabama versus SEMO or the other team here. We're obviously going to go ahead and take Alabama in that one. And the way we're going to do this, we're going to go straight down the first round, straight down the second, all the way to the championship game. So next is West Virginia and Maryland. I don't know much about either of these teams. I think West Virginia struggled quite a bit this year. So I'm going to take Maryland as the 8th seed to move on to the round of 32. Next is your first 5-12 matchup, the most common upset in the bracket. For this one, Charleston, from what I can gather, is a run and gun type of team. They move. They like to shoot a lot. They like to shoot a lot of threes. Don't know much about San Diego State. This seems to be a pretty popular 5-12 pick, so I'm also going to take Charleston to have the upset here. Next, we have Virginia and Furman. Virginia is a team that really slows the pace down quite a bit. They don't play a fast or exciting offense. A lot of the games are in the 50s and 60s. Furman, I think, is much like the Charleston team that runs. In order to win a bracket challenge, you got to take risks. I'm taking Furman to take down Virginia in the first round. Up next, we have Creighton and NC State. Creighton's been hot as of late. NC State probably is a little overseeded. Kind of got lucky to make the tournament. So I'm taking Creighton in this one. Baylor and UC Santa Barbara. Baylor, again, is a team that struggled here recently. I don't know much about Santa Barbara. I know some people are picking them to upset Baylor. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. Then you have your first SEC team besides Alabama. You have Missouri and Utah State. I think Utah State's played really well recently, but I think they're in the Pac-12. I don't trust any team in any conference of champions that don't win any championships. I'm going to take Missouri in this one. I could see that one going the other way, though. Next, we have the 2-seed Arizona and 15 Princeton. No-brainer here. Take Arizona and move on. Then we come down to the East region. This region to me is wide freaking open. This is Kentucky's region. So I'll have a video out later about Kentucky also this week. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, notification bell, subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff. In the first round, I'll take Purdue to get out of the first round. Between FAU and Memphis, I like Memphis. I think they're playing well. Penny Hardaway finally is kind of starting to figure some stuff out there. Another 5-12, Duke and Oral Roberts. Now, Oral Roberts has a draft pick on their team. They're not to be slept on. I think they're like 31-4 or something like that. So they're playing really well. Probably one of the more common 5-12 upsets you're going to see here. I don't know. I think Duke is also playing really well. It wouldn't shock me if Oral Roberts win this game, but I'm taking the Blue Devils. Up next is Tennessee and Louisiana, another game that a lot of people are picking the upset in. Tennessee, obviously, without Zakai Ziegler. I don't know much about Louisiana. Apparently, they play, again, that same run-and-gun style of offense that tends to give Tennessee trouble. I just think Tennessee's too big and too strong. I think they'll bully their way through the first round here. Then you have Kentucky and Providence, the Bryce Hopkins Invitational. I've said it a million times on this channel. You never know what you're going to get with Kentucky. I just think that it's going to be hard after what happened at St. Peter's last year. You have like 6 guys on this team that experienced that. I know Bryce Hopkins is good, and he's going to want to get his. I think it's more likely that he tries too hard and has like a 5 for 15 game as opposed to scoring 30 on us. Plus, I think Toppin is a good matchup against Hopkins. So give me Kentucky in the first round. Again, stay tuned. I'll go way more in depth on Kentucky's road in the video that you'll see after this one. Like I said, I'm posting 2 videos this week, so make sure you stick around for both. Also, again, download this app, Wildcat Cave on YT. Just find it, join it. It's completely free. I haven't decided what the prize is going to be yet. Could be shout outs here on the channel. Could be you join me in a live stream. Could be maybe I send you a Wildcat Cave t-shirt, something like that. Let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see, as well as upsets and your picks also, what you think I've picked incorrectly. Next would be the 3 seed Kansas State against Montana State. I think Kansas State's a good team. I'm taking them. Then you have Michigan State USC. I believe USC has that dude. His name's like Boogie or something. He played really well early in the year, not so much later. I think Michigan State's guards are too much for USC. Then you have Marquette and Vermont. Marquette getting the 2 seed. Give me Marquette against a Vermont team I know nothing about. Next, you move on down to the Midwest. You got Houston and NKU. If there was ever going to be a 1-16 upset, this is probably it. I just don't think it happens. Give me Houston. Then you have a really intriguing matchup here. Iowa played well early. Auburn played okay most of the season. I just think Auburn styles too much. I'm going to take Auburn to move on here. Another 5-12, Miami and Drake. I could easily see Drake. I know some people are even picking Drake to make the run here. But I'm going to take Miami. I just don't see it. Then you have Indiana and Kent State. Kent State, another upset pick that's popular amongst people. Again, I don't see it in this one. Give me Indiana. Then you have Iowa State, Mississippi State, or Pitt. I think Mississippi State beats Pitt. I think Mississippi State beats Iowa State. Gonna be, again, if you're gonna win a bracket challenge, you gotta take risks. This is one of the risks I'm gonna take. I think Mississippi State makes the round of 32. Then you have Kennesaw State and Xavier, another popular pick. This bracket is so wide open. Nobody knows, even the experts, nobody knows what's actually going on here. So give me Xavier. I don't love it, but I'll take them. Then you have back up a little bit. Okay. Now you have Texas A&M and Penn State. Texas A&M was probably the team that got screwed the most. Finished second in the SEC regular season. Played really, really well after losing to Kentucky. Finished second in the SEC tournament also, and then ended up with a lower seed than the Cats. So I think Texas A&M's really underseeded in my opinion. They're probably a 4, 5, or 6 seed. They got a 7 somehow. So give me A&M to take Penn State. And then you have Texas and Colgate. Give me Texas. Kansas and Howard, I'll take Kansas. Then you have Arkansas and Illinois. Illinois obviously started off really strong. Sky Clark stopped playing for them. And then they've kind of been good but not great. Arkansas obviously has Nick Smith Jr. back. They're really up and down as far as how they're playing right now. But when 2 teams are really equal, give me the one with the NBA draft pick on it. I'll take Arkansas. St. Mary's out of the WCC and VCU. Again, another 5-12 people are picking VCU. I like St. Mary's. They played Gonzaga really well a couple times this year. Give me those. Then you have UConn and Iona with the Rick Pitino. Rick is already on his way out, headed to St. John's. He could care less about this game. Give me UConn. Then you have TCU versus either Arizona State or Nevada. I'll take TCU. They played decent this year. Gonzaga and Grand Canyon. I'll take Gonzaga. Northwestern and Boise State. I know absolutely nothing about either of these teams. Haven't seen a highlight or anything. And because of that, I'll pick the upset. Give me Boise State. And then UCLA and UNC Asheville. Give me UCLA. Now we're on to the round of 32. Let's see. At the top of the round of 32, back in the South, you got Alabama and Maryland. I don't know that Alabama wins at all, but I do think they take Maryland here. Next, you have the 12-13, the 2 upsets I picked up here. I'll take Charleston to beat Furman and make a Sweet 16. They might be the Cinderella team this year. Creighton and Baylor, I don't think Baylor's playing well. I think Creighton is. Give me the 6 over the 3 there. Then we have Arizona and Mizzou. I think Missouri, they had a good year this year, but it ends in the round of 32. Give me Arizona. Then I have Purdue and Memphis. This is a game a lot of people think Purdue is getting taken out. I don't know much about either of these teams. I know Purdue has Zach Edey. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think Purdue makes a Final Four, but I don't know that they lose in the round of 32. I don't know. I'm doing this in real time. I didn't plan this out. Like I said, you got to take chances. Give me Memphis. Then you have Duke, Tennessee, probably the best matchup in the round of 32. Tennessee, again, without Zakai Ziegler. Duke playing well. I'll take the Blue Devils. Kentucky and Kansas State. I think if Kentucky makes it past Providence, I think they make it past Kansas State. I don't think it's a one-off scenario. I think they win one, they win both. And I think they match up well with Kansas State. Give me Kentucky. Michigan State and Marquette. This could be a potential big upset. I don't know that it will be, but I think there's at least a chance. I'll take Marquette. I think they're a little underrated. Not seed-wise, just, perception-wise, I'll take Marquette. Again, if a one seed is going to go down early, this could be the matchup. Houston and Auburn. It depends on which Auburn team shows up. I'll take Houston, though. Indiana, Miami, give me Indiana. Mississippi State, again, I'm assuming Mississippi State's the team that comes out of this. They play tomorrow, so we'll see. But if it was guaranteed I knew Mississippi State was making it, I would pick them. But right now, give me Xavier. A&M and Texas, again, Texas without Chris Beard, who just got hired at Ole Miss. Texas A&M, a team I think is criminally underseeded. I'll take A&M to pull the upset against Texas. And then Kansas and Arkansas. If Kansas is going to lose early, this is the game. I just don't think they will. Give me Kansas. Next, you have St. Mary's and UConn. This could end up being a really good game. I think UConn's just a little bit better of a team. Give me UConn. And then TCU Gonzaga. This could be the spot where Gonzaga gets beat and kind of, do what they do in the tournament and get upset even though they have a really good seed. I'm gonna take chalk here. Give me Gonzaga. Then UCLA, Boise State. Give me UCLA. So now our Sweet 16 is set, guys. Right now, if you haven't already entered this, go do it. ESPN Tournament Challenge app, Wildcat Cave on YT. Join it now. And now we'll pick our Sweet 16. I think Alabama ends Charleston's run. Creighton and Arizona could be a really interesting game. I'm not sure which way that one is going to go. We'll come back to that. Memphis and Duke. Again, I can see Memphis winning. I just think Duke's hot right now. Give me Duke. Kentucky and Marquette. I don't know. We'll come back to that one too. Indiana and Houston. I don't want to put Indiana in the Elite Eight. Houston just hasn't played very many people. We'll take a look here at the matchup preview. Houston's defense is better. Offense about the same. Indiana plays more top 25 teams. All the numbers say to pick Houston. And one seeds have won 10 out of the last 11. Give me Houston. A&M and Xavier. I think A&M's more talented. They're more athletic. Give me A&M to make the Elite Eight. Kansas and UConn. Again, I don't think UConn has anything for Kansas. Then this is where Gonzaga's run ends also. Give me UCLA. Now back up to Creighton and Arizona. Creighton could be that higher seed that makes a run. I don't know much about them. Let's take a look. Creighton's defense is better. Creighton's offense ain't as good. Similar games, Creighton wins more. Every other number points to Arizona. It's in Louisville. I don't think either team will have a great fan base. 2 seeds are usually the favorites here. Give me Arizona, I guess. Then Kentucky, Marquette. I don't know. My heart wants me to pick Kentucky. What the hell? I'll pick Kentucky. Let's go Kentucky. Cats to the Elite Eight. And honestly, like I said, I'll have a Kentucky-only video coming out here this week too. Kentucky's path is really good for them. They have a chance to make the run. I'm not solely being a homer when I pick them, although there is a little bit of that. But moving on to the Elite Eight, Alabama and Arizona. I think if Alabama's going to lose, it's going to be here. If they're not going to make the championship game, they lose here. So give me Give me Arizona. I don't think Alabama has 6 straight games of just shooting the lights out against good teams. I'll take Arizona here. I'm sorry. Duke and Kentucky in the Elite Eight in Louisville. I'm telling you, see, this is what's hard. I think Kentucky's path is so laid out for them that there's a chance they pull this one out, especially with it being in Louisville. They play in the Yum Center. It's a home crowd for them against, historically one of their biggest rivals. This Kentucky team, though, man, they're just, they're up and down. You never know what. Now, if Kentucky comes out and plays like they did against Arkansas, they probably wipe the floor with Duke. I just think the smart money's on Duke in this one if that matchup happens. And I hate sending Duke to a Final Four. I just think the path lays out too easy for them. Even when they're bad, they get a good run. I can't complain about Kentucky's draw either. I just think Duke always gets the benefit of the doubt. A&M and Houston, I think this is where Houston's run falls. Give me A&M, and then UCLA, Kansas. I would pick UCLA because I think they shoot the ball really well, but their big dude got hurt. He's probably one of the best defenders in the country. Because of that, give me Kansas. And Bill Self is back. So Arizona, Duke. I cannot put Duke in the championship game. Give me Arizona. And then Kansas and A&M. I don't know if they've played this year. Let's find out. Have they played? Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, Auburn, Mizzou, Kentucky. Okay, it doesn't look like they've played this year. The numbers point towards Kansas. They score more. Defense is about the same. Give me Kansas. And then Kansas and Arizona. It's hard for me to pick Kansas to go back-to-back. It's only been done like 3 times in the past however many years. Last time to do it was, I think, 07-08 Florida. So it's really hard to go back-to-back. Almost impossible. I think if there was ever a team to do it, it would be this one. I don't want to give it to them because that just gets them that much closer to Kentucky. I think I have to, though. Give me Kansas. For my tiebreaker, I think most championship games aren't in the 80s. I don't think this will be a super high-scoring game. I'll take Kansas 74, Arizona 68. That seems like a decent one to me. And submit. And that is my bracket right there. That is the one I am submitting. I will not make changes to this one. But this is the one I'm going to roll with for the Wildcat Cave on YT Bracket Challenge, which you should join right now. Go ahead, download the app, join it. Wildcat Cave on YT. There's a limit of 3, so I will make more. This is just the first official one I'm putting out there. I'll also make probably an upset bracket, and then, of course, a bracket where Kentucky wins, and I'll enter all 3 of those brackets in this challenge. But that is going to wrap up this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a ton of stuff going on for March Madness. And, of course, join the app, join the challenge. Like I said, we got about 15 people in it right now. Let's get that up to 50. We have a few days. Is the best time of the year to be a college basketball fan. So join now. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Stay tuned for the rest of the videos I have coming out this week. I'll make some shorts. I got the Kentucky video coming out. So I'll see you guys later on. Go Cats.